He sat on the bench, and his team scored. He cheered, and the other team scored a lot.
Okay, but why did they laugh at him when he joined the team?
Because he said the fly guy can do it, because he's a fly.
They were laughing at him because he was a fly?
Mm.
Okay. So what kind of questions do you have when you read this?
And then one guy got hurt, so fly guy got in, and then he flew right into someone's nose.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you're just kind of going through the pages here. You kind of got the gist of it, that it was about Fly Guy joining a team, okay? So what kind of questions would you have for this, reading through that? Okay, not with the noises.
I was still talking about it.
I know, but when I ask you to retell the story, I don't want you to go back through reading it while you're telling me the story. It's in your own words, okay? Okay, we'll work on that. It's okay. No big deal.
You just made me lost my point.
That's okay. What kind of questions do you have for this book? Like when you're reading it, what kind of questions could you think of?
I don't know, because I just lost everything.
You didn't lose everything. We were just talking about what happened in the story.
I was still saying it, and then I waited so long I forgot.
Okay.
The thing, so I can't even start over.
Okay, listen to me. When we retell the story, we just tell a little bit about what has happened, okay? We don't want to go back through and start reading stuff out of the book to kind of retell it. I wanted to see what you had to think about it, okay? So we'll work on that. We'll do some more retelling with some different stories. How does that sound? Okay? So, have you been reading anything at home?
What?
Have you been reading any books at home?
You know, I kind of don't like reading books.
I know, but I was kind of hoping maybe you had found something that you like reading at home. Nothing, huh? What do you think this author was trying to tell us when he wrote this book?
Fly Guy in football.
Okay. But I don't think it was just about Fly Guy. What do you think? What else do you think he was trying to tell us about the way the story went?
Sad, happy, sad, win.
Okay. So maybe playing sports can be what? Lots of wins and lots of sad and happy with it?
Mm.
Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you think it's for entertaining purposes or to tell us something?
Something.
Telling us something?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I would probably go on the side of it's entertainment, because does a fly really talk?
No.
It doesn't really talk, does it? So authors like to have stories where they have fake animals and that kind of thing talk and have conversations, so it's kind of entertaining for us, like fantasy, that kind of thing. Okay. So I really enjoyed your expression. You have such good expression when you read. Can you not use noises when I'm talking, please? I just think that one of the things that we can work on is when you come to a word that you were struggling with Coach a few times, that didn't really sound right to begin with, did it? So don't be afraid to go back through and flip that, flip that sound. So you were saying couch, but that doesn't sound right, does it? Did that sound right?
Mm-mm.
When we were reading about the story, did that sound right? Because you ended up fixing it, right? What did you fix it when you realized that it didn't sound right? You fixed it to what? Coach. That's right. Okay. There was another spot in here where, let's see, you were calling these files, I think, and then one time you said fees. What is that word?
Feels?
No, not feels. Put your finger back up there. I want you to work on putting your finger up there. Okay. What does that look like?
Fill.
Okay. Does that make sense with what's going on in the picture?
this word is.
Okay, that's what I want you to try to figure out. Because feels is not the correct word. So I want you to use your finger so that we can sound it out. Good.
Oh.
Good. And then what's that letter?
Ew.
Okay, you try the other sound, the long sound.
Foot. Aisles.
Okay. What's that sound like?
Files.
No. Let's try again. Put your finger back up there again, please. Okay. What does these two sound like?
Foo.
And what's your long I?
Ah.
Okay, now put that together before you move on.
File.
No.
Fly.
Here, let me help you. Fly. Just like you
Fly.
just said, okay? And then we put an S on the end.
Fly.
Flies, good. See, the E is silent when it's next to the I there. So flies. Doesn't that make more sense than feels? Because we're kind of talking about fly guy, right? Okay, so let's try another spot. I think there was one up here that I want you to try for me. We can work on, okay, so this one right here. You had helped yourself out with that when you came to
Touchdown.
touchdown. Good. Yep, when it doesn't sound right, we've got to make sure that we go back and we use our finger to close off the word a little bit so that you're just looking at the first few. Okay? I'm going to see if there was one more in here. Okay, so this one right here. Remember what that was? You fixed it too?
Straight.
Straight. Good. Because at first you weren't saying straight and it didn't sound right, did it? Now that is a really tough word because that one has some silent letters in it, so sounding those out is kind of difficult. But if you look at the picture, do you see how he's shooting straight up there?
Mm-hmm.
Can you use the picture to kind of check out your words to make sure that they sound right the same? Okay, so let's work on that the next time before I read with you again, okay? It's working on looking at your pictures. That's called cross-checking. Okay? Thank you very much for reading for me.